Hi, this is Ron Moorfield welcoming you to the Enjoy a Better World podcast. Today's podcast is part 4 of the series on the human energy field. In previous podcasts, I've given an overview about how the basic human energy field consists of the nadis and the mental, emotional, and physical energy bodies. I also described the fundamentals of the system of chakras. And today, we'll take a look at the system of acupuncture meridians and how they tie in to both the chakras and the energy bodies. I've always found it curious that Chinese medicine textbooks ignore the subject of the system of chakras. After all, the two systems are about energy in the human body, so it seems that they should be linked together. And that's particularly true since there's an important point in acupuncture corresponding to each chakra gate on the body. I believe they are interconnected, and I'll discuss that later in this video. But for now, I want to discuss the acupuncture meridians. At the outset, it's important to realize that Chinese medicine is the oldest form of continuously practiced and documented medicine in the world today. And I want to emphasize the word documented, because there's a tendency for people in the West to discount Chinese medicine as unscientific. But that's far from the case. The Chinese were composing medical textbooks, forming medical hypotheses, experimentally testing the hypotheses, treating people, and observing and documenting the effects of treatments before Socrates and Plato were born, before the formation of the Roman Republic, before Alexander the Great, and before the birth of Christ. They were using the essence of the scientific method when people in the West were burning witches at the stake for causing illnesses. In the West, we appreciate the Chinese inventions like printing, gunpowder, and the compass, but we've been slow to accept Chinese medical theory. In China today, traditional Chinese medicine is practiced side by side with Western forms of medicine. And most people would be surprised to learn that overall, the two approaches are about equally effective at treating illness. Chinese medicine is much more effective for prevention and chronic ailments. There are thousands of scientific articles written about Chinese medicine every year. But the problem is that there aren't enough people in the West who can read Chinese to translate them. And the dilemma is that it's difficult for Western-taught people to appreciate Chinese medicine because it comes from a completely different point of view than Western medicine. In the West, the major focus is on chemistry and biology. Western science talks about amino acids, DNA, cells, enzymes, and similar sorts of things. On the other hand, the Chinese approach focuses on the qi and the flow of energy in the body. And as a result, Chinese medicine is based on a different set of fundamental principles. First, harmony and health are natural. It's normal for human beings to be balanced within themselves and in a harmonious balance with nature. That's how the world is designed to work. Natural health and well-being arise from this natural state of harmony. And this harmony is a balance between the qi energy within each person and the qi of the universe as a whole. Disease, and I want you to notice that I've spelled this to indicate a lack of ease. Anyway, disease arises when the natural harmony is disturbed. So, when the internal balance of energy or the balance of energy between man and the environment is disturbed, then there is dis-ease. When the body is experiencing dis-ease, the obvious and natural approach is to restore the ease in the body by recovering the natural state of harmony, balance, and health. And finally, energy precedes matter. Dis-ease appears first in the qi energy of the body and then in the physical body. In fact, disease cannot be cured unless the energy imbalance is corrected. Even in the case of a traumatic injury like a broken bone, the proper balance of qi can dramatically benefit the healing process. And energy balance is maintained through proper diet, proper weight, proper exercise, proper relaxation, and energy balancing treatments.